everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria, also known as Showgirl Yogi. I'm a dancer and yoga teacher here in Paris, and today I bring to you a yoga sculpt practice. I did a little poll over on my Instagram and asked which video you would like to see next, and this was the most popular one, so here I am. It's going to be quite a high intensity practice, a very dynamic practice. We're going to strengthen the whole body. We will be stretching as well to make sure that we get long, lean muscles. So just bear that in mind. If you are a beginner, then take the modifications that you need, stop whenever you need to, and don't give yourself such a hard time. So all you need is something comfy to move in, enough space for you and your mat, and let's get going. Okay, so we're going to start on the knees today. So if you do have any issues with the knees, or if you're uncomfortable at all, then make sure that you either fold your mat up, or if you are at home and you have a towel or a cushion or just a little something to pop underneath the knees, then go ahead and do that now. We're not going to be here for too long. So with a nice tall spine, closing the eyes and placing the hands on the thighs. Palms can either be facing down or facing up towards the sky, whatever feels good for you today. And as you start to deepen the breath, breathing in and out through the nose, just tap into your. Notice the sounds and the smells and any potential distractions. And maybe throughout today's practice, those distractions can gently start to float away. Just staying present here in this little space that you have created for yourself today. And I want us to think today about the idea of stepping out of our comfort zone. So as human beings, we crave comfort. It makes us happy and it makes us feel safe. But what happens when we step out of that comfort zone? Perhaps we learn a little bit more about ourselves. We change, we grow. And maybe it enables us to become even better versions of ourselves. So I encourage you to try that today in your practice. Just sit with those uncomfortable feelings just for a little bit and see what you learn about yourself. Slowly fluttering open the eyelashes. Interlace the fingers in front of the body. Reach the arms up towards the sky. On the inhale, reach the chest forward as the hands go back. Exhale, those hands come forward and we round through the shoulders. Inhale, arching that back slightly, create length in the spine. Exhale to round. Just 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale around. Inhale last time. Exhale. Good. Lifting the hands back up to the sky. Optional here to come up and tuck the toes. Sitting the bottom back onto the heels. A really nice stretch for the feet, but a little bit intense. From here, we're going to take that left hand, wrap it around the right wrist. Inhale, create length in the spine. Exhale, taking that stretch over to the left. Start to gently pull the navel into the spine. Feeling that stretch in those. Inhale back up to center, right hand wraps around left wrist, and exhale over to the right. Those feet get so neglected usually. So we're just giving them a little bit of love. Inhale it back up to the sky. Release the hands down to the mat. Release those feet. Good. Maybe give the feet just a little tap. Get some blood back into them. As we come onto all fours here, so hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. On the inhale, drop the belly, melt the heart forward, lift the chin. And on the exhale, push the ground away and round through the spine. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale to round, breathing in and out through the nose throughout the whole practice today. Inhale here. And exhale around. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Coming back to neutral. Take the knees as wide as the mat. Take the toes together. And just sit back into a child's pose here. But let's keep this an activated child's pose. So walk the fingertips forward as far as you can. So those arms are nice and activated, straight, engaged. Biceps, triceps. Option here if you want to come up onto the fingertips of those hands and melt the chest a little bit further forward into the mat. And if you have more space, then maybe instead of resting the forehead on the mat, you rest the chin on the mat. Opening up the body. Nice. Walking the hands back in towards the body. Bring the knees together. Come back to all fours just for a moment. Tuck the toes and hover those knees an inch off the ground. So push that ground away. Spread the fingers wide. Pull the navel into the spine. Couple more breaths. Turning on the fire in the body as we straighten those legs slowly back to downward facing dog. So walk your dog here. Pedal the heels. Maybe a little twist. Really just do movements that feel good for your body. Again, learn what it likes, what it needs. Breathing and moving. And then finding a little bit of stillness here. So those knees can still be bent at this point in the practice. Or if you feel a little bit more open, start to straighten those legs. Heels down towards the mat. Strong foundation with the hands. Biceps back. Good. External rotation in the shoulders. Feeling the backs of the legs open up maybe a little bit more than before. And then bending the knees gently, look between the hands and walk the feet in one by one. So take your time, we're in no rush. Coming to the top of the mat, bend the knees generously here. Take hold of the elbows, release the head, the neck, shoulders. Maybe sway from side to side. So just releasing the lower back. Good. Release the hands to the ground and roll up through the spine here, nice and slowly. Top of the head is the last to come up. And then just take a few moments here in your mountain pose. So feet can either be together or slightly apart, whatever feels good for you and your body. Making sure we are nice and tall here, so we're lifting up through the top of the head, but at the same time rooting down into the ground with all four corners of those feet. So already feeling strong, feeling ready to practice. Body should be feeling a little bit warmer now. So we're going to move through some sun salutations, and we're going to get a little bit creative today with our salutations. So on the inhale, sweep the arms to the sky, fingertips touch. Exhale, diving over those legs, forward fold. On the inhale, take a halfway lift, either up onto the fingertips or grazing up onto the shins. Just make sure the spine is straight. And on the exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, plant the hands firmly. As you take one leg back, take the other leg back to join for high plank. And we're going to hold in our high plank here for a couple of breaths. So push that ground away, heels stretching down towards the ground as the top of the head reaches forward, proud chest. Forearms here are going to replace the hands, coming down to forearm plank. Again, same concept. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, pushing the forearms into the ground. Navel into the spine. Hands replace forearms, pushing back up into high plank. You got it. And then bring the knees down to the mat, chest and chin. Hug the elbows into the ribs. On the inhale, slide the body through to cobra. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. And on the exhale, back to downward facing dog. Couple of moments here in down dog. Each time you come back to this position, just notice the change each time in the body. On the inhale, look between the hands and bend the knees. Step one foot in and the other foot to join. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise back up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. We'll run through that 2 more times, exactly the same. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, create length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to step one leg back and the other leg to join for high plank, holding here, couple of breaths. Feeling good, feeling strong. Strengthening the entire body with this move. Forearms replace the hands, coming down to forearm plank. And please, if this is too much for anyone, feel free to bring the knees down. You're still going to be strengthening the body here. Hands replace forearms, high plank. And we'll all bring the knees down, chest and chin. Hug the elbows in tight. Inhale for cobra. Maybe you can manage a little bit higher this time. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. Again, couple of breaths. Your breath is going to be your best friend throughout your practice, so don't forget about it. On the inhale, look between your hands, slightly bend the knees, step one foot in and step the other foot in to join. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise back up to the sky, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. One more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step one foot back, the other foot back. We're here in our high plank, feeling as strong as ever. Breathe. Forearms, replace the hands. Parallel with those arms. Push the palms, the forearms into your mat. Navel into spine. Hands replace. Back up into high plank. And then option here if you want to take full chaturanga. Shift the weight forward. Keep the thighs off the ground as you bend the elbows in towards the ribs. Upward facing dog, or maybe you took knees, chest, chin and you're in cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Good. On the inhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, and either stepping the feet in or maybe a little hop, both feet in towards the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise back up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. From here, we're going to bend the knees, sweep the arms, take the arms all the way to the sky as we sit down into our chair pose. So nice and deep here, reach the arms towards the sky, keep the shoulders away from the ears, and then heel toe those feet so they're together. From here, squeezing the ankles, squeezing the knees, inner thighs, belly in, everything is activated here. As we resist down with those arms, bring them into cactus. And then keeping everything squeezing, we're going to inhale nice and slowly. Legs straighten, arms straighten. Keep the squeeze in the legs. And on the exhale, resist back down into your chair. Cactus arms, as if we're moving through chewing gum. Again, inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, squeezing everything together, working the whole body. Exhale it back down. One more time. Inhale nice and slowly, resist with that entire body. Exhale to bend back down to chair. Hold here for the inhale, and on the exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift one more time, nice straight spine. And then full exhale back to chaturanga. So either taking knees, chest, chin, or maybe jumping straight down to your chaturanga. Inhale for an upward facing dog with the thighs off the ground maybe. And exhale for downward facing dog. Nice. On the inhale here, take the right leg to the sky, but don't open the hips. So the shoulders are nice and square to the mat. The hips are square to the mat as well. Now without moving the shoulders, feel free to open up that hip on the right and bend that right leg. So we're feeling the hip flexor now, really open up. If you've lost the squareness in the shoulders, just bring that right shoulder back down. Tends to want to open with the leg. Stretch that right leg up to the sky, point the toe. From here, we're coming into high plank on the exhale, and hovering that knee off the ground. Good. On the inhale, we're squeezing that right knee in towards the elbow. Exhale, we're hovering it back off the ground. We're still in our high plank, and we're going to inhale it back up to the sky. So 2 more times. Exhale here, hover that foot just off the ground. Inhale, squeeze right knee to right elbow. Exhale, hover it back. Inhale it back up to the sky. Last time. Exhale, bring it and hover if you want to. Feel free to place the foot down. Inhale to squeeze right knee to right elbow. Exhale it back. Inhale it back up to the sky. You got it. On the exhale now, bend that right leg. Place the right foot gently in between the hands. And on the inhale, lifting all the way up to our high lunge here. So we have a nice bend in the front knee. The back heel is lifted, but the leg is activated. Reaching those arms behind you as you rotate that back foot down to a 45-degree angle. Maybe that right foot wants to heel toe its way out a little bit so you can keep the hips square. Interlace the fingers behind the back, and as you lift the heart forward, take those hands down the back of that leg. Don't lose the bend in the front leg. Keep the hips nice and square, so right hip back, left hip forward. Just opening up the chest just for a moment, and then diving over that front leg for our humble warrior. So hands go up towards the sky, that right shoulder towards the right knee. Keep the hips square. We want to keep warrior 1 hips. Breathe here for a few moments. Leading with the heart, leading with the hands, coming all the way back up nice and slowly. Release that back heel back to your high lunge and release. Good. From here, using all the muscles in the front of that leg, keep the hands where they are. Bring that left leg all the way. Good. Point the toe on that left foot. And on the inhale, sweep the arms back, sweep the leg back at the same time. exhale, bring it back up to stork. Inhale, sweep the hands back, palms facing down towards the ground. Exhale, bring it back up. Last time. Inhale, taking it back, and we're going to take full dancer pose. So take that left hand, wrap it around the top of that left foot. Reach the right arm up to the sky. As you push that foot into the hand, start to release the left foot away from the body and reach tall with that right hand as you reach forward. Find something to look at in front of you to keep your balance. Good, coming back up the way you came. Don't let that left foot hit the ground. Nice, flex through that left foot now. Extend that left foot out in front of you. Bend both knees, take the hands to prayer. Place the left foot on top of that right knee. Good, take it back up. Inhale. And exhale it back to warrior 3. Palms together in front of the chest. We're going to flow here. Inhale. Arms come up. Leg comes up in front. Exhale, bend for that hip opener balance. So left foot on top of that right knee. Inhale, lift everything back up. We're really working that supporting leg. Exhale it back to warrior 3, hands to heart center. This is our last one. Make it a good one. Inhale, swing that left leg through to the front. Exhale, bend both legs. And we're going to hold this pose here now. So either keeping the hands in prayer, or either taking the fingertips to the ground, or maybe taking the hands out to the side, forefingers and thumbs to the sky. Whatever makes you feel good here, just really stretching into that left hip. Holding here, opening up through the hip. Good, slowly bringing the hands back to prayer if you're not already there. Lifting all the way back up to standing. One last push for that supporting leg. Lift the arms, point the toe. You're going to take that left leg, lift it to the side, keep it bent all the way around, and take a big step back into warrior 2. So left foot is back, right foot is forward. Warrior 2 here. Keeping that nice bend in the front leg. Outside of the back of the foot in line with the back of your mat. Knit the ribs together, shoulders away from the ears, reach the arms out. Flip the front palm here and reverse your warrior. Don't lose the bend in that front leg. Very nice stretch through the side body, gazing up towards the sky. From here we're going to take triangle pose. Straighten the legs, take the arms and reach the arms forward as you kick that hip back. Good. When you can't go any further, place that right hand on the shin or on the top of the foot or maybe on the ground, and that left arm can come all the way up to the sky. So protect that front knee here, don't lock the knee, pull up through the thigh. There might be a very, very small bend in that front leg, that's okay. Imagine that you're trying to get the back of the body up against a wall here. Breathe. Take that left arm now if you want to, all the way over in line with the ear. Last option here, quite a challenging posture, is to lift that right arm to join the left, parallel to the ears, working those obliques. Couple of breaths. Good, lifting the body all the way back up. Nice. Facing the front of your mat, step that back foot in slightly, both toes facing the front. Good, as we lift up tall on the inhale, we're going to flat back over that front leg, keeping the spine nice and straight. And then when you can't go any further with that flat back, you can release those hands down, release over that front leg for a nice hamstring stretch. Again, that front knee can be bent here, or maybe it's straight. If you happen to have a couple of blocks at home, it's also nice to rest the hands on some blocks. It's not necessary to be laying over that front leg, but if you are, then make sure that those hips are nice and square. Breathe into that front leg, open it up. Couple more moments, just enjoying this moment of stillness. Good, now we've opened up the front of that leg. Bend the knee ever so slightly, take the gaze forward, walk the hands out in front of you and lift that back leg up to the sky for standing split. So left leg points all the way up to the sky, strong supporting leg. And feeling free to stay here, or maybe taking a little balance. So you can take your right hand around the back of the ankle and pull the body towards that thigh as that left leg lifts high. If you want to take a full balance, you can wrap the left hand around as well. Good, couple more breaths. Point that toe that's lifted, reach the toes up towards the sky. Lower that back leg down slightly, bend that front leg, take a big step to the back of your mat for Skandasana side lunge. So left knee is bent, right toes are facing towards the sky. Depending how long or short your Achilles tendon is, so that's the muscle in the tendon in your heel, the heel of the left foot might be on the mat, but it might not be. The most important thing here is to stretch the inner thigh on the right. Hands can either be on the mat or you can bring them into prayer. Seeing what feels good. Tall spine, proud chest. Good. Walking the hands over to that front foot as you bend both legs. Take the left hand around the right ankle and twist the right arm up to the sky. Twisted wide leg forward fold here. Good. Walk the hands so that they're in the center of your mat now. And then take the hands in line with the soles of the feet as you take this wide leg. Really hug the elbows in, so it's eventually preparation for tripod headstand. If you do have tripod headstand in your practice and you want to go for that now, please feel free. Trying to get the top of the head down towards the ground. Breathing into those hamstrings once more. Good. From here, we're going to take the hands onto the hips, leading with the heart, leading with the head. Bring yourself all the way up to standing. You stay where you are. I'm just going to face you. So you're in a standing position. Take the toes, face them outwards this time, and take a nice deep plie here, and take the arms out to the side. Good. So extend the hand as far as you can. Nice deep plie here. Keep the breath. From here, take the right arm underneath the left, wrap it once, wrap it twice for eagle arms. Lift the elbows away, take the hands away from the face and deepen that plie. Option here if you want to lift those heels off the ground. We're going to take 5 pulses. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Nice deep plie. Good. Place the heels back down. Lift everything back up. Good. We're going back over to that right leg. And take 3-legged down dog. So lift that right leg up to the sky. Good. From here, flip your dog. So bend that top leg gently, taking it over all the way to the back onto the ball of that right foot. Lift that right hand all the way back. Heart lifts to the sky. Good. Rotate that body back round, back where you came from. Right leg up to the sky. And then bend that right foot in for pigeon. So placing that foot. Good. Down. And the further away that your foot is from the body, you're going to feel that a little bit more in the hips, depending on the flexibility of your hips. Everyone is going to be very different. So take a minute to just get into position. And then when you find the squareness in the hips, you can release over that leg. So either maybe making a pillow with the hands, or maybe just resting on the forearms, or reaching the arms out in front of you. But just take some time to just open up through that hip. We really worked that standing leg on all those standing postures. And again, just taking a short reflection on that side of the body that you just worked. One side is probably going to feel a lot different to the other. So take note of what was easy and what was difficult, comfortable. And before we head on over to the other side, just have a little think about that side of the body. So either making a pillow with the hands here, or maybe just resting up on the elbows, on the forearms. Maybe you have a cushion or a block that you want to rest your head on. Just while we stay here and open up through that hip. We worked a lot on that standing leg. So now let's elongate that muscle. Taking a short reflection on how that side of the body felt before we head on over to the other side. Which parts felt uncomfortable, which parts felt good. Couple more breaths, just enjoying this moment of stillness. Good. Walking the hands back towards the body nice and slowly. Tuck that back toe, lift the knee, and then take downward facing dog. Good. Just walk that dog a little bit, get the blood going back into the body. Good. On the inhale, look between the hands, jump, step, or float the feet in to meet the hands. And exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, take chair pose, and we'll hold in our chair pose. Don't move from there. I'm just going to change directions, but you're going to stay exactly where you are. Good. So again, heel toe, those feet so they're together. Squeezing the ankles, squeezing the knees. Good. Sinking a little bit deeper as you bring the arms to cactus one last time. So again, inhale to straighten those legs, squeeze everything together. Exhale, bend, resist. Going through chewing gum here. Good. Inhale, lift everything up, squeeze the bottom as well. Exhale. One last time. Inhale, resist as you straighten. Exhale to bend. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale fully to chaturanga. So through knees, chest, chin, or straight into chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale for downward facing dog. Good. On the inhale, sweep that left leg to the sky. Keep the hips square. Good. Keep the shoulders square. Without moving the shoulders, open up through that hip and bend that top leg. Good. Opening up through the hip flexor here. Navel into the spine. Straighten that leg back up to the sky. Good, take an inhale here. Exhale, come to high plank. Hover that left foot just off the ground if you want to. Feel free to place it down if it's too much. Inhale, squeeze the left knee towards the left elbow. Exhale it back to high plank. Inhale it back up to the sky. We're going 2 more times. Exhale, high plank, hover. Inhale, squeeze, knee to elbow. Exhale it back. Inhale it back up to the sky. Last time. Exhale, sculpting that whole body. Inhale to squeeze the obliques. Exhale to take it back. And inhale it back up to the sky. You got it. On the next exhale, place that left foot gently in between the hands. Inhale the arms up for high lunge. Good. Take a breath. Back heel is lifted. Ribs are in. Don't let them flare out too much. Rotate that back heel down so it's at a 45-degree angle. And again, just adjust the legs so that the hips can stay nice and square. Slowly reach the arms all the way back. Interlace the fingers behind the back. And stretch those arms down that back leg as you open the heart, open the chest, gaze towards the sky. Don't lose the bend in that front leg. Heart opening posture. And then diving over that front leg for humble warrior. Don't lose the square hips. Left elbow, left shoulder towards the left knee. Good. Hands towards the sky. Couple more breaths. Leading with the heart, top of the head and the hands as you bring yourself back up. Rotate that back foot again so the heel is lifted and lift the arms. Again, using all the muscles in that front leg, pushing all the way up, lifting that right leg, point the toe. Inhale, sweep the arms back, palms facing down, bend that knee. Good. Exhale, bring it back in front for stork. Ooh. It's okay if we wobble. Inhale, take it back, we're all human. Exhale, bring it in front. Last time, inhale back and we'll hold for dancer pose. So take that right hand, wrap it round the top of that right foot, left arm towards the sky, and as you push that foot into the hand to lift it, then you can start to release forward. So create length and lift at the same time. Trying to keep that knee, if you can, down towards the ground. Slowly lifting back up the way you came. Don't let that right foot hit the ground. Flex that front leg. Good. Extend that leg out in front of you. Good. As you bend both knees, right foot on top of that left knee. Hands come to prayer. Exhale. Good. Inhale to lift it back up and in front. Exhale to sweep it back to warrior three. Hands come to that prayer. Good. Inhale, lifting everything forward. Arms come up. Leg, flex that foot. Exhale, bend both legs. Place the right foot on top of the left knee. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, lifting forward. And exhale, we're going to hold it here. So again, keeping the hands in prayer or taking the fingertips down to the ground, taking the hands out wide, really whatever makes you feel good and strong. Enjoying the moment of stillness, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Good, placing the hands back to prayer if you're not already there. One last push for that supporting leg, lifting everything up, point the toe. Take that right leg all the way out, step it back behind you for warrior two on the other side. Good. So left knee nice and bent, outside of the right foot, in line with the back of your mat, reaching the arms, feeling strong. Gazing over that front arm. Flip the palm, reverse that warrior. Down the side of that body and gazing up towards the sky. So open up the heart and the chest towards the ceiling. Don't lose the bend in that front leg. Trikonasana triangle pose. So reach the arms forward, kick that back hip back. Place that left hand either on the shin or on the top of the foot, maybe on the ground. And take that right arm up to the sky. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can also hover that back hand just off the ground. Again, imagining you've got a wall behind you. You're opening up the body flat against that wall. Pulling up through the left thigh. Option to stay here or take that right arm all the way up and over. Last option here, super challenging. Lift that left arm to join the right, hold it here. Good, lifting all the way back up nice and slowly. Beautiful, rotate to the front, step that back foot in, toes facing forward. As you lift the body to create length, nice flat back over that front leg. When you can't go any further, releasing over that front leg. So again, maybe there's a slight bend in that front leg. Maybe it's straight and you can try and get the body to lay over that thigh, but really make sure that the hips are square. So left hip back, right hip forward. How does this hamstring feel compared to the other one? Maybe this one's slightly easier or a little bit more challenging. Again, with yoga, we're getting to know our bodies, what they like, what they don't like. Couple more moments, opening up through the leg. And then bending slightly that front leg as you gaze forward, walk the hands all the way forward, bring that right leg up to the sky for standing split on the other side. That left hand can wrap around the back of that left leg if you want, for a little bit more of a challenge. Point the toes up towards the sky, lift it as high as you can. A little bit higher, breathing here. In and out through the nose. One last push. Good. Bending that front leg, taking a big step back with that back leg all the way over to side lunge skandasana on the other side. So left toes up towards the sky. Again, this right heel can either be on the ground or not. For me, it's lifted and that's fine. Either the hands can come onto the mat, or maybe the hands can come into prayer for a little bit more of a balance challenge. Good. Again, enjoying moments of stillness. Good. Placing the hands back down, walk the hands over to that left foot. Take the right hand, wrap it around the outside of the left ankle and twist that left arm up towards the sky. Twisted wide leg forward fold. This time, take both hands to center. And then option here to either take the same arms as before, and again, if you have tripod headstand in your practice, to come up to tripod headstand, or maybe to interlace the fingers behind the back this time and stretch those shoulders. So heavy hands, top of the head, down towards the ground. So we've been strengthening those legs a lot, but at the same time we want to lengthen the muscles. Couple more breaths. release the hands if they're behind. Take the hands onto the hips, leading with the heart, leading with the chest, coming all the way up with a flat back. Out one more time for that nice deep plie here. Hands out to the side, shoulders away from the ears. Good, you got this. We're so nearly there. Reaching the arms out wide. And as you bend those legs a little bit more, this time take the left arm underneath the right, wrap the arms for eagle arms. Lift the elbows, hands away from the face as you sink even deeper, and maybe if you want to lift those heels off of the ground, we're going to take 5 pulses here. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Place the heels down a little bit deeper and then stretching all the way up to the sky. And then finding the ground, frame the feet and come back to downward facing dog, 3-leg down dog. Lift that left leg to the sky. Good, bending that leg, flipping your dog into wild thing, nice and gently. Lift the heart to the sky, left hand to the back. Lift the hips nice and high. Good, rotate back, lift the sky, and then bend that left foot in for pigeon on the other side. So square off the hips. Good, finding just the alignment here before you release over that front leg. Let's all take an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale. Releasing that heat one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Holding here. How did that side feel compared to the other side of the body? Was it a little bit easier, a little bit more challenging? Maybe this hip feels different. Get to know your body. So start to slow down the breath now. Couple more moments. Okay, slowly bringing the hands back up, and we're going to put all the weight into that left hip this time, sitting down, swinging that right leg round and placing the soles of the feet onto the mat here. So nice straight spine, lift tall. We're going to place the hands underneath the thighs here and lean back here with a nice straight spine. Pull the navel in. From here, keeping the back where it is, lift the right leg off the ground to a 90-degree angle. Lift the left leg, bring the knees together. So that same feeling that we had with that chair pose, squeezing the ankles, the knees and the inner thighs. And you can keep your hands here this whole time, or maybe start to reach those hands forward. Nice proud chest. Last option here is to straighten those legs. Please feel free to keep them bent. We're all going to twist around to the right. At any moment, if you need to place the hands down, but remembering that we're stepping out of our comfort zone a little bit today. Twisting around to the left. Back to center. Lowering the legs down, don't let them hit the ground, don't let the shoulders hit the ground. So low boat pose here, very challenging but great for those lower abs, twisting to the right. Twisting to the left, point the toes, extend the toes away from you. Back to center, flex the toes. The heels touch the ground, the shoulder blades are still off the ground, palms together, facing up to the sky, fingertips towards the ceiling. We're going to take 5 pulses towards the ceiling with those hands. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold, hold, hold. Lift a little bit taller, squeeze those legs together and release everything to the ground. Good, just take a couple of moments here. And now let's open up the front of that body with a couple of bridge poses. So soles of the feet on the ground, heels nice and close to the bottom here. Keeping the knees parallel here, so keep the knees and the feet all in line together. Palms down to the ground. Inhale here and exhale, lift the hips nice and high. You have the option here to interlace the fingers underneath the body and walk the shoulder blades really close together so you can get really high. So we're opening up the abs, the thighs, and ever so slightly squeeze the knees together, the inner thighs together. Not too much, but just so you're activating the glutes, the inner thighs, making sure those legs are nice and parallel. Staying here for a few more breaths. Lifting a little bit higher with those hips. And release everything, release the hands. Just take the knees together and the feet apart. Just decompress the lower back for a moment. And we're going to come into that bridge one more time. If you do have full wheel in your practice and you want to do that now, please feel free, but only if you're really comfortable with the posture. I know we talked about stepping out of our comfort zone today, but we still want to remain safe. Okay, one more bridge pose here. So inhale and exhale, lift the hips nice and high, interlace the fingers, walk the shoulder blades together. And the little option here, just to challenge this bridge, feeling free to lift that right leg to the sky. Point through the toe if you want, or flex the foot if that feels good. Just challenging that left leg even more today. This is called Yoga Sculpt. Place that right foot back down, lift the left leg high, lift the hips even higher. Breathing here. Release that left leg to the sky. One last push to the ceiling with those hips as high as you possibly can. And release everything. Just for a moment, take the knees together, feet apart, decompress the lower back once more. And then let's hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug, a little bit of self-love here. Maybe rock from side to side. Coming to stillness, hugging the knees in as tight as you can. Okay, from here, let's just take one last spinal twist. So take your arms out to cactus and just take both of those legs over to the right as you look over to the left. So if you want a little bit more of a twist here, you can take the top leg and just wrap it underneath the bottom leg, just for a little bit more of a twist. So now just enjoying these more calm moments of your practice, allowing the heart rate to come down, the body to start to cool down a little bit. Appreciating this time that you've made for yourself to learn about your body, to move, to breathe. Couple more moments. Good. Releasing the little twist with those legs, the little loop with those legs if you're there. Bringing the legs back to center and taking them over to the left hand side. Gazing over to the right. And again, one more little bind with the legs if that feels good. The top leg can just hook underneath the bottom leg. And release the spine. Close the eyes here. Enjoy this time where you have nothing else to do. The worries of the day can wait a little bit longer. Couple more breaths. Good. Bringing those legs, untangling the legs if you've got them crossed. And then taking any last movements that feel good for you before we take our final shavasana. So maybe taking a jumper if you know that you're going to get a little bit cold. If you have a blanket, it's quite nice sometimes as well to just place something over the eyes. Good. And once you've done your last wiggles and movements, take the legs as wide as the mat, flopping those feet open, hands away from the body, palms facing up towards the sky. You can maybe just walk those shoulder blades together a little bit, just to lift that heart a little bit higher. Take one last big deep breath and exhale it all out. Good. As you soften through the feet, tops of the feet, soles of the feet and ankles. Releasing the shins and the calves, the thighs, all those muscles in the legs that we worked so hard can now soften and relax. Releasing the hips, the pelvis and the buttocks. The stomach is soft, there's no tension in the belly. The spine is gently supported by the ground. Backs of the hands gently resting. Softening the arms, biceps, triceps, shoulders away from the ears. The ribs are soft. The chest gently rises and falls as you breathe. Soften the face, the lips, the tongue. The eyelids feel heavy. The space between the eyebrows, the back of the head, and finally the top of the head. The entire physical body is soft and relaxed. Just for the next few moments, release any thoughts. Let go of the rest of the day. Just be here, be present, be still. So really feeling to stay here for as long as you wish. Maybe just listening to the sound of my voice. Maybe pausing the video and just enjoying your shavasana for a little bit longer. And if you're ready, starting to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Maybe reaching the arms above the head, or again maybe just staying in your shavasana and just ignoring me completely, which I am absolutely okay with. You do what feels good. Stay in your shavasana for as long as you want. And for the rest of us, if you need to get on with the rest of your day, then just bend the knees into the chest slightly. Roll over to the right hand side. Just take a moment here, resting the head on the mat, taking in these last few moments of peace and calm before you enter the rest of your day, hopefully feeling a little bit more energized and strong. In your own time, guiding yourself back up and meeting me in a comfortable seated position. So you can keep your eyes closed here. There's no need to open the eyes unless you absolutely need to see what I'm doing. But once you've seen, then close the eyes again. We want to just stay present just for these last few moments. And just once more, notice how you feel. How does the breath feel in the body? How do the muscles feel? How does the mind feel? Were you able to step out of your comfort zone? Were you able to learn about your body? And maybe you can take that into the rest of your day. Stepping out of your comfort zone just a little bit so that you can become the best version of you. Bring the hands together in front of the chest and just thank yourself for bringing yourself onto your mat today and for just making this time for you. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much everyone for joining me for this yoga sculpt practice. If you really like what you see and you want to see more, then maybe just leave me a comment and let me know which videos you would like to see. And please subscribe as well. I would be really grateful if you would. I will be back soon with another yoga flow, and I hope that you all have a beautiful day. Lots of love and see you in the next one. Bye.